Nigel Farage is one of many people who now discover he's had his bank account closed down. Coots have refused to say why. There's been serious allegations made against him by Chris Bryant in the Commons, which are not true, about him taking money from Russia. Dominic Lawson, writing in the Mail today, says that he was barred from his 16-year-old daughter having a bank account. She's got Down syndrome because of her grandfather, the former Chancellor Nigel Lawson. What's going on with banks?
And Dominic's wife, Rosa, her father, who was a Viscount, was also had his account closed. I mean, it's nonsense. And the problem, this comes from over-regulation of banks. Very recently, the head of a major bank told me that he spends 85% of his working time on compliance and governance.
Good Lord.
And there's so many rules, there's so many regulations. The world has become fixated about money laundering. And of course, don't forget, some of the biggest banks have been fined billions of pounds for their involvement in helping, probably unwittingly, drug cartels in Mexico particularly. And the over-regulation, this over-compliance, it means that banks have become afraid of their own shadow, in fact, afraid of their own customers.
But that would suggest that it's the regulation around the transfer of money which is causing these bank accounts to be closed. And as Nigel has been at pains to point out, in his case, he doesn't know. I think that's the worst thing for me, is that people like Nigel who have their bank accounts closed down, unlike Nigel Lawson's granddaughter, they often don't know the reason.
No.
And it's like woke, is it? This is totalitarian woke culture for me. Your politics don't fit with what our company is happy to be associated with. So we're going to take away your right to spend your money.
Also, it's a question of who within these banks makes these arbitrary decisions. Because I can't believe it's someone very senior, for example, trying to shut the account of a Lawson. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. But I'm afraid it's over-regulation within banking gone wrong. And this is also having a knock-on effect for the economy because, for example, the London Stock Exchange is suffering from international companies shunning it because of over-regulation from the Financial Conduct Authority particularly. And that makes us less competitive. And when banks are spending the heads of banks are spending 85% of their time on regulation, it surely should tell the world at large this is wrong.